29 days. "29 days. Dry. Nothing. Chunks not loading. TPS 11. Server dead. Dubs duped. Gate kept. Bases hunted. Let's do this thing. Congrats being first, Den. I appreciate you, man. Welcome on in, everybody. Let me say hi to everybody. Nady, close second. I appreciate you. Moops, good to see you, man. Dr. Pump, hope you've been well. Good to see you. NATO, welcome on in. Spacebar, Glorp. Jay, welcome on in. I regrew a leg since the last stream. Where? One day till reckoning? Would it? Server? Dog shit. Went to an optometrist and now my pupils are like... Yo, Bree. Rip Chicago Bears. Sports ball? Sure, how you been, man? Okay, so last time I ended stream, did I end stream in the Nether? I can't 100% remember. I think I did. Oh, I did. Remember, because we... Because we were flying closer to the straight highway. That's right. What was this? Oh, this was that shit-ass overworld situation that went... This... Barely any distance. And it felt like so long. And it felt like so long. Well. We keep on keeping on. Eastbound. We're a few 100K off the main highway. Our goal is to ride the nuts of said highway. Adjacent. Optometrist? Nether chunks are good right now? Yeah, it's not too horrid. I have theories. You guys want to hear them? Counting, welcome on in, man. That is right. That is right, Nady. We're kind of like on the diag until around 2 mil. And then we kind of rode the ring road around there. And we have since swung around to closer to the straight. Pause Z, that is right. I intended over the weekend to make it out to the Fart Clan base, and that's why I'm on a trail of one that I've already made. Like, this isn't even real. We can kind of go off to the side here. This is kind of curious. Look at all of this southbound activity. Boom, 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 boom. I don't see any southbound activity past here though, so maybe we'll do a little pit stop here. What was the dealio schmelio in this situ? What mega base did we find here? What? Hello? Is this not just like infinity loaded? Am I just on like every drug in the universe right now? What the? I've auto disconnect on, right? We ride. Chunk loading is so fucked. Good. That's the way I like it. Oh, I wonder if that base that Gelato, this guy invited me to, is still up. I need to go there too. We really need to find a stash. Like, it's starting to hurt my feelings a little bit. But I feel like it's been a while. What's new with you guys? Anything? I forget what I was saying earlier. I tried to make it out to the Fart Clan base. But then I got wrapped up with some other stuff. And I wanted to stream tonight, and all my other accounts are in the middle of hell but nowhere. So I just died back. I just died back. Never made it out to the Fart Clan base. But don't worry. Also, it's gonna be a short stream. 2 hours max. Yerd. 2 arrows. Portal skip. Oh, I also have wine. Cabernet Sauvignon. Paul's got a hot date with a woman. Dude, she's waiting for me in the living room right now. I said, sorry, babe. Business. You know how it is. I said, whatever money I make on today's stream, I'll spend on her on a hot date. Dinner. Is it Big Greasy Egg? I wish. Big Greasy Egg was on the other day. Maybe he's on right now. Nah. It was an account called Greased Up Pig. Chunks. Loading. Portals. Skipped. Watch this. Hey, how do I I need to be able to spam crouch when I'm in a portal. Bro got sticky keys. I turned it off. At least I thought I did. Bro, how do I turn it off permanently? Same day that my this client reset Lambda or a Meteor. Same day Meteor reset, my sticky keys reset as well. Mega, this next portal skip's for you. Top Vault Paul. Is that name available, by the way? Because I'm going to need it after this portal skip right here. Watch this. Gravy Train, it's good to see you, man. I appreciate you coming through. Nice profile picture. Eccentric Crafter. Long time no see. Fun's been good. Listen, the title, okay, me being on day 29, it's a bit deceptive. Because we spend a lot of time just talking. Catching up on life. Also, we did find like multiple places that should be considered a stash but it didn't meet our 5-dub requirement. And I'm totally confident about that. Found a Mega Vault a couple days ago. Yeah, what, on Const? But Eccentric Crafter, what you been up to on 2B? Apparently Jaws was on today. He logged onto the Stash account and he's like, hey Paul, what's up? It's me, Jaws. I was like, yo. Because Jaws has been out in med school forever. And he's not going to be back until like summer. So I'm like, what you doing on the Stash account? You finally selling it off to make real world money? And he said yes, he has to keep up his foot pick addiction somehow. What are your guys' honest opinions on selling on 2B2T? In game, of course. At Mojang, at Microsoft, at Twitch, at Feds. Yeah, I couldn't even be mad, Jerry. Dan, are you gonna just keep speaking in riddles, or are you gonna spill the beans? Who is Jaws? My friend. Been doing a lot. Bombed Spawn for a month with Flying TT Troopers and went stash hunting last week. Eccentric Crafter, I was, I think it was on this account when I was beginning. No, it was actually on a different account, but not too long ago. A few weeks back now, I was exiting Spawn, and I popped up in the overworld at like 30k for some reason. And there was just oodles of carpet bombing. Like terrain I had flown over prior on my minimap had just turned gray. It was parallel to the Southern Canal. I don't know if that was you or Sats. Welcome on in. Seems like a lot of work for not that much money. Oh, I mean, speaking of Jaws, let's see if we can get some loot for him in here. He really likes Heart of the Sea. Shandy's Slammin' Salmon. Shouldn't say too much, but I'll give it a few months and make a vid. Yo, Din! You know this is a safe space, right? Any feds in chat? Type 1 if you're a fed. Look, no one's doing it. I think it's like selling out in any other situation. A little shameful, but a bag is a bag. I've always found it fascinating when, like, for example, Omechiati, who comes to stream every now and then. We haven't seen him in a minute. But he's from, I think, like, Argentina or something. And so the exchange rate of USD to whatever the currency looks like there was quite crazy. And so selling for him was a much more profitable experience. I just thought that was fascinating. There's an end goal of bombing all around 10k, but I can't say too much about that. Said enough. I'll help. You guys remember, what was his name? Was it Sveds? It was either Zalameda or it was like Sved or something. He joined right after the 1.19 update, and he came through and he was like, I am going to destroy every block within 10k of spawn. Both of those were people, but I think it was Alameda. He's the one that made like a really cool yin yang at 0-0, and I ended up using a picture of that yin yang for a thumbnail. I'm not Housemaster. Yo, are you on right now? Hell no. Guys,
He.
serious question. Are any of my sound effects on my stream, have they gotten old? Like, that song is great, but maybe it's... I'm going to sleep. Well, it's good to see you, man. I appreciate the $1. Hope to see you around. Oh, nah. Oh, nah. I think I could put money on who has that account. Probably shouldn't sell them, though. How is that not a portal skip? Kaz, welcome on in. You killed Zalameda live on stream, right? Did I? You can tell me it's all right. I mean, I think it's Kaz. Unless what was I saying? You, I'm not Kaz. Wait, why you? Anyways, Salameda. He made that yin yang, and then he told me he was gonna destroy every single block from 0-0 to 10k. I was like, bro, that's like the entire longevity of the SBA experience. I didn't actually say that. I was like, good luck. Papa, Pokemon in. Also found a large Obama pyramid that I think was made by y'all journeyman. Ursats, you found that? That's special, dude. That's special because that is, I believe, a solo build by Egg or a combo build by Egg and Jersker. Egg and Jersker were the only two people that were like at that little base. And it was just like a fun little LARP spot. That's pretty old too. I want to say like 21, 22. That's very special, actually. I'm just like in disbelief that there's no loaded area overworld side here. Anyways, let's just keep going east. But for real though, y'all miss some dubs. Their signs were literally right in the loaded area. Wait, what? The Obama pyramid? Yeah, Eccentric Crafter. It wasn't necessarily LARP. It was just a very ambitious goal. That dude. All right, we're kind of entering the zone of this southbound, these southbound trails here. Let's see if we can solve that mystery. 30 dubs? Was it in 1.12 or skip of a lifetime incoming? Octopi! Yo, sorry I didn't respond to your message the other night. I was at work. But, yeah, I want to hang out with Bug sometime. Seems chill. I think. Ooh, I'm gonna tease a Paul Steve secret to you guys. Just last night, I reached the end of a, how you say, no, how you say, Tapia! Welcome on in, Raiders. Yo, bro. Yo, bro. Yo, bro. Okay, actually, you guys are here right on time. 6 skipped incoming. How was your stream? Saw your video of that base full of map art. Incredible how much crazy map art exists on 2B. Dude, we can get in all that here in a sec. But I want to quickly... You guys are actually here right on time because I was just about to leak a secret Paul Steve thing. I was on a ring road. I'm not going to say what ring road. I'm not going to say what dimension. And said ring road was accidentally built too far past a turnoff point. And I followed it as far as it went, and it actually went quite far. And at the very end of it, I built a Pearl Hall. I built a Pearl Hall in hopes that more people stumble to the end of it. I was the first person to go to the end of it. In hopes that more people stumble to the end of it, and then they just add their Pearl to the Pearl Hall, and then hopefully maybe someday me and a bunch of random people can work together and make a mega base. So there. The ball's in your end of the court now. Not even 20k off the world border? Not bad. Yeah, I figured you were out there if you found the Obama thing. That's awesome. It sounds like you said it was found by somebody from 1.12 and they just only moved it a couple thousand blocks away. It must have been right after the update when they thought that new chunks weren't going to come about. It was still active. Wait, can you say who was there any names that I'd recognize? Buckman's Stone Cold Killer. And Tapia, if you're still here, how was your stream? How much does it cost to buy PrioQ? 20 USD. It's a scam. Dude logged on right after I was done moving? Mr. Phil? No. And he quit. That's all your fault. I've also been making all sorts of mini bases around TBHD as a silly little project. I just want to do a silly little project I just want to do while I base hunt / stash hunt myself. Hopefully you may see my name or possibly one of my alts. Reladom. If you want to share the name of your accounts, I'll keep an eye out for them. If not, that's cool too. You know, someone else who does that is Raw.kill. He's not on right now. But Raw is known for making little bases, little hidey holes, just LARP little outposts on trails that he hunts. It's always fun to come across them when he builds them in the Nether, particularly because they look so out of place. But he loves that stuff. Then someone who used to do something similarly is, and other people have done this since, a player named Grego Pants. He doesn't play anymore, and I'm sure people did this before him. But if he was out base hunting and just feeling drained and out of luck, he would just build a fake stash just on a trail just to bait people. And then you would leave a sign being like, Grego Pants, thanks for the dubs. He was a good sport about it though, super chill guy. Good. Solid. Streaming with cords on, so I just get hunted, LMAO. Wait, that's sick. That's a fun way to create an engaging experience. Do you guys, genuinely, do you guys think I could do something like where I just escape spawn and survive cords on the whole time? Vanilla. No E-chest. You guys think I could do that? I can't imagine it'd be that hard. My alt will remain anonymous for various reasons. Nothing inappropriate. But my main is my username here. I see ya. You guys know I have secret alts too. I'll say you guys didn't even know about. Yeah, me and Reladon, we're just, I don't know. We just try to be ourselves, really. Sometimes it comes across as cool and mysterious, but I just try to be me. Okay, then. Actually, I want to go back in the Nether, or I mean in the overworld. I want to explore a little bit south. I have like 2 alts. Yeah, one of them is Paul Steve. Who is this? And why do you have history with him, Kaz? So, anybody find any good dupes lately? Yo, Ham. I'm still using the pop-up text too. Still haven't patched it. If I need to, I always just go back to the nuker dupe. It's the first one I learned. What the hell is that, Preston? Cody Smile 11 online right now? Winky face? Is this your one of your alts? House is scamming us? This is the Crucible, Devshino. Don't you understand? Does Prio not stack? It should. No, it should. I just got close to his location. According to him, sometimes people, like other random people, leave his signs behind. Google 2B2T? You're not Google Com stuff, are you? Alright, let's find some land to get back in the Nether. He's your main duo on Fortnite? I think I remember when he first joined. I think he caused trouble, if I'm remembering correctly. I don't know how. I don't know anything. I hear the name and I think, what did he do that was trouble when he first joined? There's got to be an end. He told me he incited SBA and you interrogated him. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Stop talking in chat so I can fly. Not as loaded as I was hoping. Hey, how far do you usually search? I like all the ranges. I like all the ranges. They're all special to me in different ways. Alright, let's get back up in the mud. Long time no see. How do I want to pronounce your name correctly. Is it Slate? Have we had this conversation before, like a year ago? Long time no see indeed. I hope you've been well. Are you playing 2B? We got Slater. Don't think that's you. Or is it Slash? In my head, I always thought your name was Slash. Chunk loading has never been worse? Well, there were some dark days in 1.12. But yeah, like ever since the server updated to even just 1.19, I feel like it's just only gotten worse and worse and worse and worse, just slowly. All right, let's just do one more. No, we're not gonna do a skip here. I don't know if you said yeah to Slate or Slash, but what loader does Rusher Hack use? Bet on Future and they use Fabric. Just curious. I think Rusher's the same. Slaxed. Well, you know what, y'all? I mean, we're pretty close to that. Let's look at some patterns here. There's got to be some stuff nearby. Oh, it was here. The thing is that if most of these southbound trails are actually just hitting here and then going west, then that would take us to very likely. Come on, chunks. That spot that we found the other day. I guess not. I guess that was here. This should be the snow biome spot. Yeah. This dumb little thing. I guess these would be going someplace else. What was here? Oh yeah, then there's this whole thing that we never even like. What is my problem? I want to spiral this. I think I have to spiral that. No way, Chewy. For real? Well, if we do decide to make the journey west for a bit, I mean, how far would it be? I think it's right here is what we're talking about. If we were to go that far, it would be about 100k nether. I don't know. I wouldn't do that today on stream. Maybe if we allowed, I could set my sights that direction for tomorrow's stream. Just AFK travel there overnight and then come back and have it spiraled. I don't know. Maybe, oh, you know what I'll do actually? Wherever we end stream tonight, I will set my respawn, and then off stream, I'm gonna go over there and I'm gonna spiral it in the overworld and see what it looks like. If it's cool enough, I'll start stream there to like show it off to you guys, and then we'll just dive back to where we ended stream. Thinking, man, Paul. Where do I get all my rockets? A good bit of them are farmed. A good bit of them we found. Open portal to Nigerian princes, 350 dubs. Some NN, really? What is this noise? Bruh. What is actually going on here for a noob like me? Well, yeah, I think that a lot of these just like stop here and then end up going west. Let's make our way over to this big, chunky, loaded area that apparently we didn't portal skip our mind out of. Okay, so Maxwell, welcome on in. This is 2b2t, the oldest anarchy server in Minecraft history, and since it's anarchy, you can do whatever you. Who is? I don't know how I'm. Whatever. It's really loaded here. No, it's not. I've had like a head cold for the past couple of weeks. I can feel it in my throat. Anyways, so you can use clients. You can do whatever you want. No rules. You can say stuff in chat. Say whatever you want, blow up anything, build anything. There's a history of exploits on the server, and like the meta of the server is constantly kind of going up against the admins who try to keep it as a vanilla experience, so they patch a lot of exploits all the time. Anyway, it's the whole thing, and my whole deal is base hunting. So I use the tools at my disposal to follow trails. we can indicate with our eyes just looking through here that this has been loaded previously prior to us because of the way that the lava is flowed. We can kind of indicate how long it's been loaded by like how far the lava has flowed. And that's a whole thing. But in addition to that, what we're actually looking at is our mini map on the top right, and it highlights chunks that have been previously loaded. In addition to that, we have some search things on and some ESP on, so it like each chest show purple. Do walls and we can see chests, and I have my tracers, my search set on portals. So if we see an open portal, if it's like hidden somewhere, we can, yeah, it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. But yeah, it's really cool and really special. Just like that just popped up. Somebody else looks like they have been hunting here because this is a classic portal skip, like a hunter style portal. But let's see what the dealio is. But yeah, it's really cool because it's such a unique experience that I'm able to showcase for you guys, as everything that we see on the server is just an expression of somebody else's creativity and efforts to make something cool, whether it's a base or a stash. And if we find a grief that also has like history and lore behind it, and it's all just cool and special. So there's my spiel. Paul, are your chunks loading good? Hell no. Is the boat in the ice? Is the boat in the ice being in slower recently? I'm not sure exactly what you're asking, but chunks have been loading awful lately. And because of that, regular old ice highway boat speed is not what's what we're looking for. It's not reliable. You have to bring timer into the mix. Go really slow. What account has been the longest 24/7? Some people might have other information than me, but in my opinion, it's going to be ViewLock. This account is almost always online, and it has been for a few years now. How far from spawn are you? We're in the 2 mil range. Yo, Britta. We just came across a super mega wide load area in the nether. It's so super mega wide loaded. I reckon we won't have to attempt portal skips, that we'll just be able to pull up somewhere and see what it is. Maxwell, thanks for the sub on YouTube. I appreciate it, man. Yo, Bug. Thank you so much, Britta. Anybody want to pin that message? Yo, Bug, what was going on the other night? I got a DM from Octopi while I was at work, and he's like, yo, Paul, you want a VC with Bug? I might have if I wasn't at work. Or I might have gotten nervous, too. I'm not quite sure. Does 2B2D have the most jobless players? Probably not, just because it is so expensive to play 2B2T regularly. $20 a month per account that you want to put into priority queue. Otherwise, you have to wait like tens of hours. Ah, there's something else. What do I... Is it tunnel? ESP. Ew. Oh. That's why it's so loaded. Look at this. Everything is reset. Oh. This whole time, guys. It's the thing that has been bugging out my stream whenever I turn on ESP. It's been Tunnel ESP and Meteor in particular. Damn. Which sucks because it looks nice. But maybe we'll have to switch to... No, we do have to keep it there. It should be fine now to turn it back on. Damn, damn, damn. How did we have it? I think he had like dark blue on the outside, and then on the inside I think we had like light blue. That's about how it looked. Oh, well, now we know why it was super mega looking loaded. Gee, and there's shulker boxes on the other side. What is happening here? What's going on, Fox Clan? I'm sorry. The average player of TBTT would likely spend $20 on Prio Q every month, and at least $20 for a client. I like this portal. Is that an exit portal? It is. Bill, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Huh? I don't think this is natural. Yeah, I don't know if it's in the best shape either. Uh-oh. I think a battle occurred here. Not good. Not good at all. Any signs with names on them here? None. How much ice do they have? None. I mean, if there were shulkers nether side, this place might have been stashy at one point. Schematic slop? Probably more nearby. One dirt. Huh? Okay. Okay, after seeing that mob drop section, maybe it wasn't stashy. They left the diamonds behind. Yeah, I don't think it was stashy after all. What a shame. Still kind of a cool place. I had a feeling though, seeing how loaded it was nether side. Of course it was just mined out the wazoo. Oh, I do see stuff down to the south here. Whoa, now we're talking. Oh. This place was awesome. Do you guys just like blanket statement not respect anybody who uses schematics like this? Yes, this is a terrible base. I think that there's a... I think there's a line. Like, what if these people... What if this is these people's first group base? And they came together. And it's their first group base on 2B2T. They haven't even played for a year. Then it's cool. It's fine. They're learning how to use schematics. Sony drops, thank you. I appreciate it. They're learning about it and they're bringing it together and they're thinking it's cool. And they're evolving. I'd say that if like people are like proud, if it's a proud base making group that have been around the block for a year or two, I think then it is warranted to criticize their use of schematics. When I very first joined, I don't know if I even have these. I know I have the schematic files still, but when I very first joined, I made my own schematic. I thought that making schematics was so cool. I liked the idea of being able to pull up on anything and then just like copy and be able to paste it anywhere. Let us forget you, Orion. So there were a bunch of signs here. Yo, Pooh found it. 16 Splash You. A bunch of people found it. Where are these signs at? Oh, right behind me. Well, Moogle Peter, 6940, was here. Not Johnless. Hit the dash. Rules are for Shepard, Masab, Besley, Londoner. Orion has been found. Musa leaves this message for any future visitor. Zodark. Ual was here. Yeah, Prio stacks. You're the second person. Is there a giveaway going on or something in Far Clan? Fucking Tebex? Who's dealing with it? Oh yeah, this... I've always liked how this looks. When people make a sword out of a portal. Spacebar. I'm getting back into the swing of things. I'm swinging back into the swing of things. And I appreciate your patience. Who leads Fart Clan? Spacebar. Save me EHS and XP bottle shulks. I could use some more on my alts, King. Oh, I can do that, man. I can hook you up, bro. I like how this looks on the inside. T-Black rules Fart Clan with an iron fist. An iron fart. Well, there ain't gonna be nothing. Maybe if we're real lucky, we can find a signed book somewhere. And what is this underground storage situation? Oh, this was once a long dub hall. That has since been lined with TNT. Probably didn't have much in it. Okay, this was gonna be a serious base though. I mean, it turned out to be a serious base. I wonder how long it lasted. It's got cherry trees around, so maybe it started in 1.20. I want a campfire. Any good trades? Bucket of pufferfish. Pale oak sapling. Is it worth? Wait, I think it's worth. Wait, let's do a deal. Wait. Do I not have... Broke as shit. Trash griefs like this are usually self-griefs. Maybe. I mean, crystal griefing definitely occurred around here. Not throughout the whole spot. What does this say? More wool? More wool. Looted. Could have been a guy crashing out on his group and griefing a little before getting bored. Ooh, secret doves. I'm gonna put my sign on this. I like this spot. You can put it right here. Oh, I guess you can't place it on that. That's fine. Maybe cores got leaked to an opposing group. Let's scroll back up on the signs. Maybe there's more lore here. I mean, we didn't see the 16 splash you sign. We know that he's a griefer though, so he could have griefed it. I think it was griefed before Pual even found it, so this place has probably been griefed for a while. I guess we'll just do like 1 or 2 loops around. It's probably going to be really loaded in the overworld. But not really worth spending a whole lot of time on. I guess in the meantime, I want to open this up. In the meantime, we're going to go here. That's what we'll do after. Thank you, Britta. Thank you, man. What the hell? Dupe runs? Oh! 4 more of those, and we can get an oak sapling. Pale oak sapling. Oh! Go, 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 go. Huh? Sushi roll! Thanks, man. Huh?
New my man, what's up with the bugged gateways at the end? Can you explain them to me, and if Therese more than just the ones that goes to the past border?
Yeah, sushi roll. So, thanks again for the $5. I appreciate it, man. But I need a. So, you know, I need a mute. I need a mute for a sec. I got a big whole bug in my throat. I didn't mute. So, in 1.12, some members of a group called the Ancients, which is just some like smart coder dudes, a couple Mason members. They worked together on a bunch of exploits. And one exploit that they kind of invested a lot of time in is RNG manipulation. And RNG manipulation is the same tech that was used in Randar, or like, you know, stuff that revolves around RNG manipulation. Now, I'm not super techie myself, so I'm probably gonna kind of botch it. But one thing that they figured out how to do, Sushi Roll, is by looking at the 2B2T seed, which now there's not a 2B2T seed, it's obfuscated. They could indicate where a end gate will spawn. Okay? And with what they knew about RNG manipulation, they knew that if they approached where the end gate is supposed to spawn from a specific direction and reach a point where they're a specific amount of chunks away from it, and they get to the exact spot, they had like a distance and they had a direction, they get to that exact spot, and then they back up, unload it, go back up, load it, back away, unload it, go back up, load it. If they did that over and over again, what it would do is it would cause 2B2T to generate multiple end gates. It would make one, it would make two, it would make three. It would just keep on stacking on top of itself every time that they would perform that interaction. And they just did that partially for fun, partially because it was cool, and partially because they wanted to see if it could open up any other opportunities for perhaps a dupe or something, just like a different exploit. So they would experiment with that a lot. Eventually, they got to a point of understanding that is so far beyond me, but they got to a point of understanding where they were able to manipulate exactly how the bedrock would load at all. And that is evident by the it's around 15 mil, and I think it was actually Yukai or Yikyu that made it. I forget what it says, but somewhere in the end dimension, like a bit over 15 mil out, there is a word spelled out in Bedrock, and it was not Bedrock placed by any like old school backdoor player like 2013, but it was Bedrock that was naturally generated in unnatural ways with some crazy like RNG manipulation tech with like they were using redstone machines that when you look at it, it was just mind-boggling. I got screenshots of it, but it's pretty deep in my screenshots folder. I don't know if I want to dig it up right now. But if anybody knows exactly what that Bedrock word said, please post it, because I'm spacing it right now. Now, all of that being said, they just did that in 1.12 simply out of wanting to explore RNG manipulation on 2B and trying to see what cool stuff can come out of that. I don't think they had any idea that once 1.19 came around, that if anybody were to enter one of those stacked portals, it would then create a permanent link to spawn. So for anybody who doesn't know exactly what I'm talking about, but you followed this so far, when the server updated to 1.19, somebody ended up just going into one of those stacked portals hella far out, because they were experimenting with this at some like end world borders. Prior to them experimenting with this RNG stuff, there was a particular TP exploit that worked in the end, and it wasn't the best TP exploit because you couldn't just like do it all willy-nilly. You had to have somebody go out there prior to you. You'd have to like manually travel out at least one account. Once you got that one account out there, you would perform what's called the boat TP, and I can explain that if you want, but that's how they would get like a bunch of accounts out at different world borders to start just like playing around with this stuff and feel relatively safe. Since then, all of the endgate stacks, as far as I know, have been discovered. But yeah, when the server updated, they went through and then it just would generate a brand new endgate at spawn. And since there's no known bedrock breaking techniques or like unbreakable block breaking techniques in this version, it is essentially made a permanent link from spawn to these world border locations, just by walking into the end gate, just by throwing a pearl into that particular end gate. They are now permanently linked forever. And now, so there's a handful of them. I think there's one particular highway. I don't know which highway it is. It might be north. But there's one particular highway where within the same endgate stack at spawn, you can enter different end gates within that stack at spawn, and like sometimes it'll take you like 15 mil, sometimes it'll take you to 20 mil, sometimes it'll take you to like 5 mil, and then sometimes it'll take you to the world border. I don't get any of that. But the last thing I'll say on this whole bit is since this discovery and the opening of these gateway stacks, I think that the people who originally created them have figured out how to close them permanently. And this is only achievable if they're, you know how I just said, if you go into the end gate stack really far out, it'll generate a brand new one at spawn. If that has happened, it is impossible to break that link. However, if there is an end gate stack somewhere and it hasn't been walked into and generated a fresh one near end spawn, then you can disable those. So if anybody else comes along and finds it and goes through it, it doesn't create a new one. It just poops you out at spawn. I don't know how that works, but I do remember them doing that around the time that Usirius Barry went to like one of the end world borders. And they didn't want him to make a link there, but it didn't really matter anyway. He hunted the whole thing and there was nothing really out there besides the pumpkin farm. So anyways, there's my whole story. Sorry I missed so many messages. I'm sure I missed a ton of messages just now, but that's the whole thing. That's the whole thing about that, as far as I know. Mr. Phil, welcome on in. We just got word about your 30 dub. And we also got word that you're a chiller. So, yeah. It's good to see you, man. Yeah, but Sushi, I think the ones that do exist, I don't even know them all off the top of my head, but I think it's like there's like 5 along one axis in particular, and then I think there might be 1 or 2 other world borders. Oh, this seemed like it was gonna be like a cute little map where people can add their names to it. You live at the base or something. Hunted a world border in the end and found a ghast on a flying machine 500k down. Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, there are some really funky ways to like... I heard about that. I've seen a screenshot of that. I don't know if the screenshot originally came from you or if it was somebody else that found the same one, but I love when people bring mobs from the wrong directions, from the wrong dimensions into other ones and take them really far out. And using those end gates is a great way to do that. Did that change a lot to end hunting? Ilabu, that's how you pronounce your name. Did that change a lot to end hunting? Not really. Because here's the thing. Here's the issue. There's two things I want to talk about. First of all, when it comes to these end gates, they do on paper sound like really excellent opportunities. I know, Blackmaster. They do sound like really excellent opportunities to immediately send yourself out so far that generally it would have taken a person literal months to get that distance, right? And so to be able to instantly teleport on a server like this without any like using any crazy hacks or exploits or this, that, or the other, it's mind-blowing, and it's still mind-blowing, and it's actually so awesome to do. It's just such a impressive feat. However, as far as using that to make a base or make a stash, it's likely not going to last that long, because all one base hunter has to do is dunk their head through that thing and then fly in a circle. Let's say hypothetically, like this thing right here is the end gate that you pop out to, and you're like 20 mil out in the end. All they have to do is do a 20k by 20k ring around it, and then boom, every single trail that is connected to it is logged, and every single base is compromised. And people routinely do that, which leads me to my next point when I was going to talk about CGI in particular, a group that belongs to our very own Swisher Surgeon, along with Yamez, another streamer, base hunting streamer, Oxtaz, and a bunch of other just like chiller, smart base hunting dudes. I love them all. They were able to develop a early end new chunks upon the server updating to 1.19, when new chunks from the end dimension weren't out yet. And they had it for a good couple of months before anybody even had it publicly, and they made sure to utilize that to the fullest. So it's, I mean, people have made new end bases since then, but generally, and they were really smart with the way that they hunted too. They did all this stuff like traveling the end highways. That's another thing. Like, they're obviously, I mean, they're making end highways now, right? I think that just not too long ago, the first end ice highway actually made it to the world border. and which is such an awesome, incredible, impressive feat. And shout out Texie69 and everybody else who works on those things. Love those dudes. But prior to that, there was just no highway at all after a certain distance, and people would just be flying straight along the highway. And so some people would like do that as a sneaky tech, you know, try to fly like, they're like, oh, I'm just going to the world border, and then like everybody would turn off around the same area. But even spots like that, those dudes were able to find, and because of that, on top of them utilizing these end new chunks that they got access to around the end gates early on when nobody else had access to end new chunks, whole thing. The end dimensions kind of cooked in terms of base hunting due to that group, but it's not gonna last forever. You know, there's people gonna make new bases, people are gonna make new trails, and it's gonna be rehuntable. But as far as it is right now, based on at least my experience in the end dimension, like I often have an account out there just kind of roaming around doing things, and we did actually find a 1.12 stash, not that far out in the end dimension either, relatively recently. It was a few months back now. Showed it off on stream. I don't think I made a video on it. I think I could, but it was a cool little like 20 dub stash. Like I think it was like 300k out. Was this base griefed? Yeah, this base is griefed. I have no point in really flying around it anymore. I've just kind of been in spiel mode the past little bit. But we left our sign, we explored the ruins, it was cool. We're gonna move on and head east. But yeah, huge shout out to Texie for all the work that he's been putting in and making these ice end highways. They are so special. They are so cool. Oops. We want to go... Let's go this way. What really revolutionized end base hunting at the time in 1.12 was that boat TP I mentioned earlier. That was so cool because you could be hunting on a trail, and if you cross another trail going a different direction but also seemed juice, you could just boat in your friend. You could just TP in your friend or TP in an alt account, and boom, instantly you're hundreds of thousands blocks out in the end on 2 accounts. One of them needs to regear, boom, bring an account, just like TP an account on over with all the stuff that you need to regear. So sick. Will we ever get a stash tour? I took a world download of my stash not too long ago, actually. I took a world download of my stash like the day after I did that Southwest Cherries map art base tour. And that's because I got so many map arts from that place that I wanted to hang up at my stash, and I was gonna like kind of change how it looked. And so I decided to take a world download of it that day. World Tools is ratted, everyone knows that. I don't care anymore. Oh, I finally finished the Hungarian peptide video, by the way. It's like 90% done. There's a couple things I need to fine tune there. Make the thumbnail. I've been on top of it. I'm trying to prove to myself that I'm capable of managing an active YouTube channel, so I can then put myself out there and make a second YouTube channel for just like other games. When will you take Fart Clan seriously? Oh, brother. I told you. I guess you weren't here earlier. I'm getting back into the swing of things. I'm swinging back. Slowly but surely. Life's been turbulent. Have you found any bases with a giant frog built in it? I wish. Let me edit for the second channel. Spacebar, would you actually? Fart Clan stinks. I feel like Spacebar would. I feel like Spacebar would have the same vision as me. Setting up a fake stash right now. I'll send cords. Thank you so much, man. Just, if you want, tell you what, if you want to set up a fake stash for me, no, go ahead and put 5 decoy dubs there. You know, filled to the brim, of course. I'll make it worth your while. I'll pay it back double. ZeroB0T is due to shut down on March 8th, Paul. Hasn't that server shut down before? Or am I tripping? Dirt dubs count as long as they're shulkered. Night, Phil. I appreciate you coming through, man. And yes, the owner shut it down, and it said either someone's gonna buy it or it's staying down. Oh yeah, I heard that people are trying to buy it. How much is it being sold for? Like 10K or something? I did hear about that. Yo, Kaz. It's not being sold out right now. But it's like on the market, it sounds like. Is there like a public database of the cords of all the bugged gateways in the end? They are on TBTT Atlas, I guess. No, they wouldn't be on TBTT Atlas because they're like, I don't know how often that website is even updated. But the only public information I know about those that you can just find online are it's Chicken's YouTube channel. Let's see if we can find them. Everyone watch Taco's new YouTube video, by the way. Okay, so yeah, there's only two. There's only two videos that he has. He's got some really cool exploit videos, though. Chicken is a legend, bro. Like, everything that he posts about 2B2T is just, like, some next level shit that he's getting into. Breaking bedrock. Griefing an illegal stash. Like, this was the main tutorial on how to move illegal items 4 years ago. And so, like, this is what I used to move the Glowski stash and a bunch of other stuff. Like, crazy, crazy, crazy. Horsefly. I think that this was a map thing about, I don't know, just like reverting a bunch of maps probably. Opening an end portal, which is crazy. On 2B2T. Bringing a gas into the overworld for some thing. Illegal block states and creating them on 2B2T. Breaking bedrock. Anyways.
Because we deserve it. We drink because it's what men.
So negative 780, positive 23 is one stack, and different parts of the stack might take you to different places, but this one at Y level 254 takes you to the world border. In this video, this one's so cool because you get to watch them be created. Stacked wooden tools, you had those, bro? Stacked wooden tools, I had only seen. I never really had. I have like reverted stacked wooden tools. He's taking it down now because he doesn't have the time to fix all the exploits and he doesn't want to see Zero be ruined. So to make sure it's not exploited into oblivion, he just wants to shut it down. He said that if someone puts an who is active in the community, plus is trusted by the community, plus can fix the exploits and pay for the server, he will let them run it. But it's not being auctioned off. Oh. Gotcha. I found a full enchanted wooden sword. Yeah, the two full enchanted wooden swords that are circulated that I know of. Well, there's a handful of them, but the two most popular ones are Death Means Nothing, and all I did on 2B2T was make memes. I love both of those swords. I think there was probably a couple others, but anyways, here we are. This is them all gathering. So yeah. Neg Z 1.2K. Boom. So cool. And look. They just made a bunch of them, man. See, now he's at 15 mil. Oh, he's gonna show off the bedrock words. Here they are. First of all, before we even look at it, just like you can't really tell at this in the video, but like the I've seen it in person, and it's probably grief now. It's probably all gone. But the redstone tech in the nearby area is so just. There it is. Haruhi. Haruai. I don't know. And it made those spawn all weird too. Crazy, man. Crazy, man. Give those wood tools to Inferno Pickaxe, Baron Dome, and South Sea 1? What? Wait, so Relodom, it sounds like you played for a while. It's Japanese and symbolizes a new beginning. Oh, Haruhai. I thought it was like it's just the name of his favorite anime girl or something. My one swords are the meme ones. Classic. I think those are all, I think those have been duped on their own, but I think that they have also been duped in the sugar and spice kits. Whereas the Death Means Nothing wood swords were duped in the Highland Over Everything kits. Sugar and Spice kits had like white dyed max enchanted leather armor plus those swords. And then the Highland ones were light blue max enchanted leather armor and those ones. And Highland, you know, belonged to Fluff Bucket. And then back in the day, they duped so much back in the day. And then the Sugar and Spice ones, I think it's like a Mason thing. Boone, you're my favorite viewer. Favorite viewer. When do you think was the last private dupe? Right now. I've got 3 stashes to go. And to steal stuff from my museum still. Damn. That's so tough. Like on 2B during the time periods where it shuts down. I guess now I have some games that I can like put some other time into since I've been playing Final Fantasy 12 and stuff, but usually I just like I lose it, bro. Like so I can't imagine how that feels when you main an Anarchy server that more regularly gets shut down like that or is just less reliable. I remember stacked 32Ks actually being 32K damage and stacked. Actual unbreaking gear that never lost durability, including Elytra, and also having player heads, alpha blocks, and enchanted glass. That's so sick. They have like, even though illegals have been patched over and over again a bunch of times over the years. It's interesting how at least in 1.12 I had like more of a real experience with those. Not as much as you. But at least they were like, the NBT data was legit and was there. And that's why we could unstack unstackables. Type deal. What the hell? But then, like, in 1.19, illegals, you know, really got deleted, but you could still see the NBT data in the shulker boxes if they hadn't been set down. And now that 1.21 is here, they're just, like, super nuked as far as I know. Why were stacked items even removed? To make us cope. Why is everything so much harder nowadays, bro? That's what I'm saying. Why the hell did it... Why did they break the portal nether side here? This portal wasn't here just a second ago. I was hoping we hit like a legit skip. Some shit. Some shit. Maybe there is a skip nearby though. What's happening here? Oh, what happened to Lil Pepu? I have no idea. Oh. In no way. FKDT. Yo, bro. Dude, I just got a text from my stepdad. He says, watch your stream for a little bit tonight on my coworker, Tristan. On Tristan's phone. So fun to watch you do that. You're a natural. Very kind, very sweet. W family support? I don't I wonder what I was talking. Hopefully it's one of those things like when yeah, whatever. I'll try not to overthink it. Oh, dude. Stacked items were removed because House loves keeping everything closely vanilla. Bro, it's so twisted though. Like, not real. Alright, I'll say he's the GOAT. Gotta explain Fart Clan to your family. Yeah, my family doesn't really know about Fart Clan. Probably for the best. My girlfriend, on the other hand, probably knows a bit too much about Fart Clan. She's the reason why I don't take it serious anymore. She made me. She tortures me. Paul, I'm a new Fart Clan member. Please give me a summary of what Fart Clan is about. Oh, where do I start? Mostly just like, I don't know. World domination. killing. But I think at its core, what Fart Clan tries to achieve is almost create a form of artful expression as a sort of commentary on some really serious world events that affect a lot of people, and particularly even the future. You know, one of our upcoming bases that we're gonna make is gonna be a commentary on wealth and poverty, and I think that's gonna be really important for the greater 2B2T community to see. Just open up conversations on some topics that are really important in the world. Because sometimes we get lost in the sauce and we forget about them. But yeah, besides that, it's mostly just a bunch of adults in a Discord making fart jokes at each other. Yeah, I lead it. Uh-oh, sir, game just crashed. RIP! I'm gonna boot it up. I'm gonna boot it up real fast. Gotta tell the true origins? Oh, okay. True origins of Fart Clan. While I reboot up my game. We're gonna reboot up our game. We're gonna get to that loaded area that I showed off. That's like a few thousand blocks away. I want to get to. Seth is back. Welcome back, Seth. Good to see you, man. Thank you for the follow. What was I saying? Oh yeah, the origins of Fart Clan. So I have to cover up my screen really fast. Don't get jump scared by the full cam. Because when I log in now, I just want to make sure it doesn't leak me if I open up my map. It looks like it's not going to. Bro, what? Stop selling me. So one day, young Paul Steve was on 2B2T. Like, probably over a year ago now. And there were 2 accounts online at the time. One called Fart Ripper and another one called Trent Fart. And they didn't really know each other. But they were cool. Each of them in their own respect. Trent Fart was kind of a PvPer. Fart Ripper was kind of a LARPer. Hung out with like Hackle and them. And yeah, I just saw them both in chat and was like, okay, yeah, we gotta make a fart group off this. And I don't know if like Fart Clan was the original rendition of the name there, but essentially it was just like a silly made-up group that I made up and basically just said was me, Fart Ripper, and Trent Fart. They didn't know that they were in this group at all. Like, it was just a joke. It was just a funny internet joke. And that's like the... Oh, it's fine surfing. That was like the original thought of Fart Clan. And so that's why you hear me, if anybody's watched my video on the Oscars, the 2B2T Oscars video that I have on my YouTube channel, which was so much fun. So much fun. I highly recommend checking that out because it was just good vibes all around. You hear me shouting out Fart Clan and shouting out the Melon Men. And that was before the Fart Clan that we know today was even real. But since then, fellow LARPer and occasional 2B2T streamer Blue came along, and her and some random no-name guy named T-Black legit just made a Discord server called Fart Clan, and that group is primarily just a bunch of 2B2T adults making fart jokes at each other in a Discord. But they make bases, and they've made a few bases, and they've made a few really, really cool bases, and they've got base hunters in the ranks, and so they keep their wealth up so they can make even cooler bases, and it's just a bunch of chillers in there, and so they just get more chillers. And it's turned out to be like a really active group for me, Nono playing, Blue, Seth Quest, Taco, and other people who also like make content on the server. A lot of like newer, really cool content creators all tend to do stuff there. So overall, it's just like a really cool thing. Was that a proper Fart Clan thing? And my well-being was not being threatened that entire time that I just described that. I said that on my own volition. I swear. I definitely don't, anyway, I do not have as much of an administrative hand in that group as Blue and T-Black, as they put a bunch of effort into actually managing a forward-moving group, you know, with the bases and stuff like that. But I'm one of the, I'm like, if there's like a bunch of like a circle of like old dudes with like hoods on, and they're like discussing the state of things, I'm one of those old dudes for sure. Now, I had one more thing I wanted to talk about. What was it? What was it? Have you guys ever heard of the game that's called, I think it's called like Quibble Racers or something? Okay. Yeah, something just exploded in my living room. It's fine. I'm ending in like a couple minutes. Did you guys hear that? I can't tell if she's laughing or crying out there, but Again, we're gonna get to this end spot over here. I'm going to attempt a portal skip in the middle, and that's where we're going to end for tonight. I will be back again tomorrow, and I'll do a longer one tomorrow. But shout out Pooh. Shout out to Popo. I'm sorry, I don't know. Some verified Fart Clan lore. Did we like just make a website? I'll do it. Don't worry. And I'm just gonna tank his algorithm. No, I'm kidding. Mine's already tanked, so I might as well do it. Okay. Okay. Not always. Did you not see the B one? The bubble stand? It's one of my greatest hits. That's it. That's it. I want to make some crazy ones. No, I liked your one talking about the server updating to Bedrock. That's the thing, is that like making stream highlight clips is really good and classic and relatively easy to whip up, but I think that like I like that Bedrock one because you really like you made it for the short. It's more impressionable that way. Very cool, very chill. And like it makes me think of that one dude Kilgore, who made that one. He's made a bunch of TikToks and reels and shorts about his Spawn projects. They're not stream highlights. Anyways, I'm just saying I need to put some effort into creating something along those lines. I think those are good. Hightail is taking me over, and I'm happy to finally catch a live stream again in like 8 months. Wait, Nux Rocks? Long time no see, man. I hope you've been well. No, I love funky smells too, man. Oh wait, that's what I was gonna say something because I saw Pineapple 50 and whatever. It's kind of crazy. Shout out No. Shout out his TikToks. Mainly because he actually finds stashes. You know that this is the reason why I'm actually ending right now. Not because I was already planning to, but because you guys just pissed me off. MLK's mother, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. You play 2B? Alright, well there's this little bit of overworld activity, but I don't know if it's gonna mean anything. But here is going to be our cave. This is where I'm gonna hole up for the night. Next time you see me, I will have a home in here. Jello boy, I have to. I just got a text from my girlfriend. She said, Moogle is a foul dude. What the hell? LOL. So, we did find a cool base today. Except for Rose Grief. This isn't a lava cast though. This isn't a lava cast. It was a cool dragon statue. But yeah, we're getting to a whole new range. It feels fresh. It feels cool. I like it. Lots of fun conversations today. I appreciate each and every you guys coming through. I know, like, it's kind of a shorter one. Uh-oh. I'm gonna get lit up by this guy. But overall, good vibes, and I'm really glad I did it. And makes me happy to see each and every one of you guys here. Exclamation point Discord or exclamation point socials. If you're on Twitch, if you're on YouTube, you can go ahead and navigate to, I'm lagging out. Run. You can go ahead and navigate to any of the links in the description. And let's see if I can raid somebody. Is Decto talking? Is Decto talking? We're gonna raid Decto. We haven't had the opportunity to raid him in a while. And we've raided Moose a lot. Love Moose. Shout out to Moose. Everybody watch Moose. But Decto's actually playing 2B. We haven't had the opportunity to raid him in a while. And he's doing some really cool, like, base hunting-esque stuff. Not exactly base hunting, but, like, super cool in its own right. He's doing, like, a massive world download around spawn. So really cool exploration vibes there. I kind of already did my whole outro. But let's show up and show out and spam. I want to spam Aga. Can we spam Aga and just spam whatever, but I want to spam Aga. For those who don't know, that's this thing. And see if we can get a Fart Clan shout out. All right, I'm sending through the raid, y'all. Yoski! I'm so sorry, man. I'm literally in the middle of a raid. I'm sure you saw that. Oh, yeah, he said Aga.
Aga.
Thank you for the 50 damn months, dude. Wearing that first badge proud. I appreciate you. I'll be back again tomorrow. Yoski, you're a legend. Yeah, I just appreciate you guys. All right, send him to the raid. Love y'all. Catch you in the flip. Peace.